Just one moment. Good morning, Europe. I hope you're well. The markets will open in approximately 1 minute. I'd like to show you a 4-hour chart because it's quite telling. DAX has declined from 24,500 down to 23,000, went to 23,023. So I imagine that we could see a bounce of some description, perhaps on par with what we saw here from 23,288 up to 23,700. That's purely just treating 23,000 as a psychological level rather than an important support level. So I'm bearing that in mind today as we're just about to open. Please stand by for a long position here. I'm buying the DAX here. So I bought the DAX below this morning support low and around these highs here. Let me just put that into Telegram. We'll see if there is any buyers in the DAX. So that's just part of my homework. Apologies. Get rid of that. So looks like we're going to have a first bar negative in the FTSE. Nope, maybe not. I was just about to say, yeah, let's be a buyer below, this low here. And then I looked at it going, well, hang on, that's the pre-market. See that, how one goes below prior bar low, but that prior bar low is actually in the pre-market. So it doesn't count. So I'm just patient. Dow is testing the low. Yesterday I was trading the Dow. It was really odd because I tend to stay away from the US markets when the underlying market is closed. But I was trading the Dow and I was pushing the long side here. See that? There was 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. So I was pushing it, pushing. And then I was like, okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. I'm adding to it here. It's targeting, and we're going to go up here. I'm thinking this is an exhaustion low, bounce, holding above resistance, sort of support area. Buy. And then this bar here. What the fuck? And then thinking, well, this doesn't look very good at all. And okay, maybe it's a bit better there. And then here, I'm thinking, well, I need to get out of this. My stop loss was further down, but I think this does not look good. So what then happened was that I thought, you know what, I'm going to short it. And I shorted it. God, that mouse kind of annoys me a little bit. Oh, sorry, the cursor annoys me a little bit. So I thought, I'm going to short it above prior buy high. So I shorted right there. And then I had to sit through this. Oh, fudge. And my stop loss was up here. And finally, oh, great. It's going my way. Add to it. Push. Thinking, we're going to have a retest of this low down here. And that's when I'm going to exit down here. It's like, fudge. And then I said, I have to close this position. Can't run it overnight because you have this break for about 5 hours where the US markets closed and then reopen. Wise choice. But yeah, so I didn't have a very good trading session. I lost a little bit of money. I'm a little bit on the quiet side today. Just trying to get the job done. Come on. Just patient. Not quite sure if I want to be aggressive yet. Hoping that 1 is the low of the day. Got a big gap up. Closed at 23,000. But market significantly punished in the last 10 trading days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trading days. So make a note of the price. It's 23,235. just want to show you what that looks like on a conventional chart. 23,235. That's where we are right now. So we're coming up to yesterday's highs at 250. This is regular trading hours. Now, obviously, this is just pure speculation on my part. But that would seem to be an obvious target. What then happens from there onwards? Well, that's going to be where it's going to get interesting for us. There's no data yet on this delayed charging package. This aggressive school run has marked its entry long. Stand by in the FTSE. Like to be a buyer. I think I may just have missed that. I wanted to be a buyer below 4. Right, I'll wait. Stupid fucking I'm adding to my DAX here. I bought DAXs 23.224. Coming up to school run. added to the DAX because 1 and 2 were bull bars and wanted to be a buyer on any kind of retracement weakness. In case you're curious, what I'm doing here is investigating how frequent Friday makes a low on the first bar. And coming up to school run in about 15 seconds. I'm closing my first entry here for 28. Actually, sorry, second entry, not first entry. Apologies. So you have to understand here that we are inside the overnight trading range, and school run has triggered a long conventionally, but short on the ante. That's why I eased my position, making a modest 166, but still with an open position. My FTSE idea, well, shit happens, right? Did any of you manage to get that 5 on below 4? Respect if you did. That was well traded. Someone just wrote to me, I feel like a bit of a dick for a tick in that FTSE. Well, yeah, there is that. There is that. Hmm. Whenever I sit, I'm sort of thinking of a song. It's like a U2 song called 40. Basically, I'm 40. I patiently waited. And then I just go, patient, patient, just be patient. Just be patient. Stand by for long position in the DAX. Fuck. Let me show you what I had my mind on. Okay. So yeah, I'll need to take a screenshot of this. So I eased my DAX position up here. Why? Because that was the completion of the second 15-minute candle and the third 15-minute candle, which is what we call the trigger bar, triggered along in the DAX, and I decided I'm actually going to exit there. So why did I just say stand by in the DAX? Well, because the last retracement that we had on the 2-minute chart was 24 points, and it went from here to here. So if I then draw a clone of that from here to here, that's what I thought. Okay, I want to be a buyer here. But when you get great ideas like that, you really need to act on them. Yeah, you can't just sit and dilly-dally, and I did dilly-dally. I was going to be a buyer at 34. It went down to 30. I was going to be a buyer at 34 here, because you see the high here is 41.6. Let's round it up. Let's round it down, actually. 41 down to, let's round it up, 41 to 17. That's 24 points. High here is 58, minus 24 from 58. And what do you get? You get 58, 48, 38, and the 4, 34. Market went 30. That's called a harmonic retracement, and I use that extensively when I trade. So me easing off was basis on the 15-minute chart, just taking some off, but not because I want to be out of the position. And me adding, well, there was a reason for that. So I missed the FTSE below 4, and I missed the DAX at 34. That's causing me a little bit of internal convulsion. Fudge. So I'm closing half my DAX here, and then I'm going to wind this procession off. So I've closed half the DAX, and let me just show you the transaction history. I think I might just post this to Telegram, this chart here. I think that will be worthwhile for you to remember. So that's what I've done so far. And I'm still running a little bit. Stop loss is going to be pushed to break even now. So now that we have some decent trades under the belt, I can tell you that I'm gonna close down now. Shortly, I have an appointment in an hour and 20 minutes, and it is something I both look forward to and not look forward to. I had my first procedure on my shoulder yesterday, and today it is my hip. It's I don't think that I don't think that anybody can appreciate, unless you are in that similar situation, what it's like to not feeling of getting older, but that you are not able to push yourself as hard as your mind wants to. So I have a love for pushing myself, and I think at somewhere along the line, the path, my inner core, the deep core, the muscle core, has somehow got weakened, and as a result of it, things like my psoas, hip area, has, shall we say, delegated the compounding of the training to elsewhere, and that has created some weaknesses, and that's deeply frustrating when you try to do everything. I sort of take comfort that even the fiercest, most competitive and strongest sports people, like the Djokovic of the world, the Rafa Nadal of the world, and the Roger Federer of the world, are at times plagued by injuries. So I try to turn adversity into strength and learning from it. And I've certainly learned things about my own physical body that I wasn't aware of. It all started a few years ago when I did that rescue mission, saving that German gentleman. And I don't regret doing it, obviously. But I have paid an expensive price ever since. However, if I'm being really honest with myself, I think that was just the trigger. There was a fundamental weakness somewhere in the system before that. So today, I am seeing an expert in this, and I am hoping that because he's not a 25-year-old physio, but actually someone with really strong credentials, that he can set me on the right path. So that's why I am closing early. I hope that you enjoyed this display of calm and composed trade management. Yes, along the way we missed a few FTSE, DAX, but overall it's the kind of trading that if you followed me and you stayed calm, maybe you added, maybe you got that 34 entry that I missed, you have something to treasure. That's what we ideally would like to do. I was looking through the e-signal chart base because I wanted to see how frequent the low in the DAX is made on the first bar. So found this example here, perhaps for you to treasure. There's a gap up situation on the 2nd of May, which is a Friday. And the first bar and the second bar are the ones that are making a low for the day. And then the market rallies approximately 0.4%, retraces, and then it's a trend day for the rest of the day. So if we use the 2nd of May as our model, then I think we should stay long. So thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna just take a snapshot of this. I like to think that this kind of trading is the kind of trading that mature, reasonable, logical thinking human beings want to engage with, as opposed to engage with hypothetical conspiracy theories about what the market should or shouldn't do. Please be mindful here that I am not attacking the man, I am attacking the argument. It was lovely to be here with you. You take care of yourself. All the very best.